very good morning. We are back to make your Monday morning interesting. So we have with us a wonderful speaker today, Mr. Sameer Modi, who is known for Color Bar and Modi Enterprises. Welcome to ET Retail Cafe by ET Retail.
Thank you.
So I want to understand how your journey in retail started.
Well, when I came back to business, that was in college. So I was in manufacturing of hot cigarette. From there, I went to the US to Philip Morris. And as a management trainee, I became brand manager for Marlboro, which is the biggest brand. So that was exciting. And when I came back, my father said, you can't join the family business because you'll make mistakes. His first comment to me was, you learned how to be a manager. Now you need to learn to be an entrepreneur. So that's where the journey started, that to do something different. And the family is always known for entrepreneurship. Yeah. The family is known for creating something new. Was also known ki if either you find the best in the world to tie up with, or you create the best in the world. And that was my grandfather's philosophy. And so that's what happened. I first got into cleaning products. So we had a cleaning product company in South India, a joint venture with SC Johnson. I made that national from just a South India based company. I then launched Modi Care, a direct selling company, because I found that people all over the world were making good money. Yeah. In India, there was no chara nahi tha India mein to make money. You had a job, that's it. You had a dream, that's it. And if both fail, aap temple ke naam Bhagwan meri suno. So that's India. So I said direct selling is something I want to do. And from there came about my father said we used to have the still order that they want to come to India, look at a place. So I started looking. Finally, we didn't launch the India business with them. But then that brought me into the field of cosmetics. So cosmetics was something I said, I want to do a business that's hard, fragmented, difficult, which I don't know about, and has innovation.
Very nice.
My father said, you'll fail. He said, ek hi karo. Then he said, Modi Care or Color Bar, or I set up a 24-hour chain called 24/7. So for me, it's always been create something new. Competition, great. New, great. So we've been the first. Modi Care was the first in India, which is MLM. 24/7 was the first. Color Bar was the first prestige-based brand of India. So there's been many firsts that I've done. And there are many firsts that I've done in the tobacco side also in bringing innovation. I brought innovation with workers that when I was running it, I was the president of it. Hindi mein sign karte jo log hain, angutha they unpad hai. So I taught the entire factory, good morning, good evening, how are you? I'm well. And to sign their name in English, because when they went to the bank, they had to sign their name in English.
Yeah.
So you didn't go as unpad. You went as a literate person. So many things. Life has had a pocket full of things, but retail has been something that I just love. क्यों? Competition है. तो कहते हैं आ जाओ मैदान में, महाभारत हो रही है, आ जाओ मैदान में. So it's like the more the competition, the better it is.
So can we say, being a third generation entrepreneur, you were inspired by what your generation, previous generations were doing? Or was it like a charm for retail that forced you to enter the industry?
Well, there are two parts to it. One, that my grandfather's philosophy of tying up with the best or becoming the best. Now that led to saying, where an Indian company can create a niche, where an Indian company creates something different. Because to set the business up, you have to do training as well, learn those businesses.
Yeah.
So that was one part. The second was I had great gurus. So my grandfather was my guru. My father was my guru. Richard Branson was my guru. And Steve Jobs was my guru. A guru is not something which a father taught me. You don't need to know him. I never met Richard Branson. I never met Steve Jobs. I didn't understand my grandfather when he was alive, because I was 9 when he passed away. But you bring their learnings into you, so they become your gurus. So I think the 4 gurus of my life have been instrumental of where I am today.
So there must be some values which you have learned from them and some businesses you have started from scratch. What are those 3 values that you picked from there and instilled in your own company employees and make sure that they follow this and led the brand to success?
Well, the biggest is the employees. You keep your employees happy, you'll be happy. If they are able to create, then you can create. And the biggest learning is hire people who are better than you.
Yeah.
Not people who are lower than you. Because if a company has to be grown, it has to be grown that way. Change is the only constant. That's another philosophy. The third is the whole concept of Miraki. That whatever you do in creating creativity, you bring a love and yourself in it. So, and the last is innovation. Don't stop to reinvent. Don't stop to go forward in development. So, jo bhi karo will change. Jo bhi karo, it will excel. And another thing that I learned after my father passed away was that you'll always be a trainee. The day you think you're a guru, the other day you're dead. So I used to tell my father that I'm 48 years old. You still treat me like a management trainee? I'm 49, you still treat me like a management trainee? And he passed away just before my 50th happened.
Okay.
But then I have now understood what he was trying to say. So I would say one of my greatest lessons that my father left was this. I wish I could have told him when he was alive that you have taught me this. So life has brought things when he was alive. Life has brought things today, unfortunately, when he's not alive. But for me, all these people are like they were here. My grandfather's stories, what my father's told me, are still live with me. My father's thing that I experienced are live with me. And others who experienced his stories, they have now something that I have imbibed. So it's कहते हैं अगर सीख गए तो इम्पार्ट करो, सबको नॉलेज दो, तो डरना नहीं चाहिए किसी से.
So when you say you are not afraid of anything, you must have faced some challenges. What was the biggest challenge that changed your career entirely? And what did you learn from that?
My biggest challenge, biggest thing that happened in my life was that my father said to step down from Modi Care. He said he wants to professionalize it. So you don't know how to run a business. You're only making 20% profit. तुम्हें 30% बनाना है जैसे Amway. Fine. That was, I think, the turning point in my life. But suddenly, at an age of 35, I was jobless. I didn't have a company. And I didn't know where to go in life. क्या करेंगे? I mean, I started working when I was 19. I started working when I was 19. All of a sudden, after 16 years, you think. And again, your colleagues, friends, relatives who are businessmen, what do you tell them? आज क्या किया? आज सुबह चाय पी और पकौड़े खाए थे आज. What's the achievement? कि आज पकौड़े चाय ये decide किया कि पनीर के हैं या आलू के हैं. So that is the only achievement. I think that was my biggest learning, that when you crashed, then how do you face up? How do you grow? And how do you take adversity in your stride? Because not just a company.
Yeah.
It's everything. Emotional, physical, how you feel. You come to an office which had a few hundred people. Now you have 2. What do you say? काम क्या है? कुछ नहीं. Mr. Modi, आज क्या करेंगे? आज देखते हैं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. So that took me 2 years. But, like I said, I forgot to mention another great learning. When one door closes, another door opens. So for a door has to close for a door to open. And if I had not stepped down, then these 2 beautiful businesses, 24/7 and Color Bar, could not have been created. Me doing changes by coming back to Modi Care would not have happened. So at one time, I would say, my father's life, he was wrong. And I can say, grateful to him that if you had not done this, then neither would have learnt, neither would have fallen down, neither would be कि गिर गए तो फिर उठना पड़ता है, and neither would have done कि ठीक है, जिंदगी में nothing keeps constant, जिंदगी में पत्थर भी आएंगे और आसमान में के लिए प्लेन भी आएंगे, दोनों चीज आएंगे. Take both.
So he trained you for the future that way.
He prepared me in his own way to get up from the lowest point of life. You have to hit your low to hit an high. Otherwise everything goes, अब आप चल रहे हैं, अब चल रहा है तो you won't think कि मैं कभी low होगा.
True.
This could not be lower. It was the lowest point in my life, and I wished at one point I was dead, because not only it's your work, it's your mind, it's what you feel within you. All is